Straight A students have tutors. Study guides, extra credit. Olympic athletes have a stopwatch. Guess who improves faster? Most people think grades measure intelligence. Wrong. Feedback speed measures growth, and an Olympic sprinter doesn't wonder if they're improving. The clock tells them, you study for weeks and feel productive. They train for one session and know exactly where they stand. By the end of this video, you'll understand the 3 training rules Olympic athletes use to improve at terrifying speed, and why your current study system is too soft to compete. Chapter 1. Immediate feedback beats delayed evaluation. Most students get feedback weeks later. Submit assignment. Wait, get grades. Move on. Too slow. Learning decays, BF. Skinner showed decades ago that immediate reinforcement strengthens behavior dramatically more than delayed reinforcement. Athletes get instant data. Jump height measured, sprint time recorded, form corrected on the spot. Micro adjust, repeat. You finish a practice test and say, I think I did okay. Oh, I think is not data. Here's what average learners do. Read chapter, highlight, close book. Feels good. Robert Bjork calls this the illusion of competence. Recognition is not mastery. Athletes don't rely on feeling. They rely on metrics. If you want to learn like an Olympian, install frictionless feedback. After every study block, score yourself, time yourself, track accuracy, track speed, make improvement visible. If you can't measure it, you can't improve it. But here's the problem though. Feedback alone doesn't guarantee growth. Chapter 2. They train below failure, not at failure. Most people think growth happens when you push until you collapse. Wrong. Elite athletes operate in the adaptation zone. Challenging, but repeatable. The Yerkes-Dodson law proves something brutal too. Little stress equals boredom. Too much stress equals breakdown. Olympians live in the middle. Hard enough to strain. Controlled enough to recover. Students do the opposite. They procrastinate. Then they overload. All-nighter, caffeine flood, mental crash. That's not training. That's panic. And panic doesn't encode clean patterns. Anders Ericsson studied elite performers and found that deliberate practice sessions are short, often 60 to 90 minutes with full attention. Then rest, then repeat. You think grinding 6 hours straight is impressive. It's inefficient. Athletes train in intervals. High intensity, recovery, reflection. You should study the same way. 45 to 60 minutes maximum, 0 distractions. Full cognitive effort, then 10 to 15 minutes recovery. Walk, hydrate, breathe, then return. Your brain consolidates during rest. Neuroscience confirms this. During short breaks, your hippocampus replays information-strengthening neural connections. Rest is not laziness, it's integration. But here's the thing though. Even with feedback and smart intervals, most people plateau. Chapter 3. They obsess over form, not outcome. Straight A students obsess over grades. Athletes obsess over mechanics. A diver doesn't think about the metal midair. They think tight core, pointed toes, entry angle, process over outcome. Psychologist Carol Dweck calls this a growth mindset, focusing on improvement rather than identity. When you chase grades, you optimize for short-term performance. When you chase mechanics, you optimize for long-term mastery. Athletes review game film, frame by frame. Students rarely review their thinking process. You check answers, you don't check reasoning. That's why mistakes repeat. Here's your move. After solving a problem, ask, why did I choose that method? Where did I hesitate? What assumption did I make? Analyze process, not just result. Olympians refine micro movements. You should refine micro decisions, because small inefficiencies compound. Now here's where it becomes almost unfair. When you combine immediate measurable feedback, training in controlled stress intervals, obsessing over mechanics instead of ego, improvement becomes automatic. One focused session beats 3 distracted ones. Always, but here's the brutal truth. Most people avoid tracking because numbers expose weakness. Athletes don't take it personally. A slower time isn't an identity crisis. It's information. Detach ego from data. Data is neutral. Emotion is optional. And here's the final problem though. Even if you train like an Olympian, there's still one hidden variable. Recovery, sleep. Growth hormone release peaks during deep sleep. Motor skills consolidate overnight. Matthew Walker's research shows sleep deprivation impairs learning capacity by up to 40%. Athletes guard sleep like treasure. Students sacrifice it like it's disposable. You can't improve if you don't recover. Training without recovery equals stagnation. So here's the Olympic formula. Measure everything. Train in focused intervals. Refine mechanics, protect recovery. Do this for 30 days and your progress will feel unfair. People will think you're gifted. You're not. You're just systematic. But here's the thing. There's one more elite habit Olympic coaches use that most learners completely ignore. Visualization under fatigue. Mental rehearsal activates the same neural circuits as physical execution. And when you combine physical effort with mental rehearsal, improvement accelerates. That's why I made this video breaking down the exact visualization protocol elite performers use to double learning speed. Watch it next.